I am in so much pain right now, you wouldn't even believe. Now, you might think that I've ran a marathon that I've been making videos on when I first started my channel. You might think that's why I'm in pain. You might think that I've just, I don't know, gone on a really big hike. You might have thought that I've hit a really hard calisthenics workout. What I did was run about 2 kilometers. Half of that was walking. That was meant to be a 3-hour run, totaling at about 30 to 40 kilometers in preparation for my marathon training. The reason why it was cut so short is that my legs are in so much pain right now that I can barely walk. I attempted to do the hard work. I went outside. I went for the run. It's currently raining right now. You can see the raindrops. It's currently raining. I did what most people say you have to do, is just step outside and go attempt it. But I've fallen short today. And I've fallen short, and some people might view this as being inconsistent and not sticking to my 6-week marathon training, which is true. I have now missed a day. I have failed this day of training. That was meant to be my biggest day yet. My biggest day that I've ever ran in my entire life was meant to be tonight, and I fell short. And you might think that that's because I'm inconsistent and now I'm not sticking to my word. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why I wasn't able to stay consistent with the training. And that doesn't mean that I've been kicked off my horse or I've lost complete momentum. That just means that one aspect in my marathon training has now gone tits up. Being consistent to train for this marathon isn't about going out every day and running and that's it. It's a lot more than that. And this goes with everything else in life. In order to be consistent on my training schedule, to then run my marathon, I need good sleep. I need a good diet. I need to go out and put in the reps every single day. And I also need to stretch. That's 4 things right there that I need to do in order to be consistent. And at the moment, I've only been consistent in one of those, and I'm now starting to get more consistent in diet being too. And this goes to show that you can't be this meathead that just takes a goal that they're trying to achieve and you only do the hard thing. A lot of people get mistaken that all you have to do in order to succeed is to do the hard thing all the time, and that'll compound to success. And that's true, but the body and the mind has limitations. You can't do the hard thing every single day and ignore everything else that fuels the hard thing. The hard thing is how far you can drive that vehicle to your goal. In my case, the goal is running a marathon in under 4 hours. The vehicle is quite literally running and putting in the reps. And depending on how much hard work I do, drives that vehicle to the goal faster or more efficiently without it breaking down. The fuel for that vehicle to drive to get to the goal is not the running itself. It's everything else around it that makes running a marathon possible. You need good diet. You need to stretch every day. You need to go to physiotherapy. You need all these things in order to drive you. You can't be this meathead that I'm starting to be in running, and also sometimes I've done this with business, where you work 16 hours a day and you don't have time for anything else. You need all those things in line. This doesn't mean to mentally masturbate and start, doing a 3.5-hour morning routine before you work. But if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to wake up early. You need to get at least 7 hours of sleep, preferably 8. You need a good diet. You need to meditate. You need to take cold showers to discipline yourself. You need to do the hard work. And there's probably a few other things that I'm missing out on. And it's the same with training for a marathon. I need to get my sleep. I need to get my diet. I need to do my stretching. I gotta go to physiotherapy, and then I have to do the runs. And if I only focus on one of those things, then I won't get very far. So stop being this meathead that goes all in and just trying to do the really hard thing because you keep hearing in the David Goggins and the and the Instagram reels being made right now about Sigma males on their grind set, and you gotta work fucking 16 hours a day and do nothing else and don't have time for anything. But that's quite literally not possible or sustainable without those other things in your life. Do not take this as an excuse to be a pussy and stop working. That is the last thing, because I am on a fine line right here of saying something that you can take out of context in order to make you not do the hard work. Do the hard work, but also do the things that fuels you to do the hard work for longer. So make sure you're checking off the boxes. Make sure you're doing the things that might seem pointless, but the things that actually fuel your vehicle to drive longer, to drive faster, to stop breaking down. And then you will achieve your goal. Now I'm going to go home, and instead of sitting on my computer and watching some motivational speech or some podcast, I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to buy a steak. I'm going to make chicken thighs and steak with a bowl of yogurt and some fruit. And that is my healthy meal, and that will fuel my body so I can get out there and run. And after that meal, I'm going to stretch. And tomorrow, I've already booked a physiotherapist appointment at 5:30. So I am doing 3 actionable steps right here, and it's not taking away from the fact that now I don't have to train. No, tomorrow I'm gonna have to train again, and tomorrow I'm gonna keep following the routine. This run is in the past. I'm not gonna try to accomplish it. I'm gonna continue with the program. Tomorrow I'm gonna run that 8-miler that I have to do, that is in the routine, and these things that I am doing today, that still take hard work and that take discipline, but it's not the hard work that people talk about, because it's not sexy talking about, I'm gonna make a steak and chicken thighs and a bowl of yogurt and stretch. What are you, fucking gay? Of course no one wants to hear that shit, but that's the shit you have to do in order to do the hard task.